Yep, we're ready.
Alright. Oh, goddamn, coffee is awesome. Alright. Amid the bustle of Waterdeep, within the castle ward, where barristers, nobles, and emissaries battle with word and contract, stands an inn not quite like any other. Before there was a castle ward, or even what could be recognized as an ancestor of the City of Splendors, there was a dungeon, and in that dungeon begins the tale of the Yawning Portal. In ages past, the mighty wizard Halaster built his tower at the foot of Mount Waterdeep, and delved deep into the tunnels, first by dwarves and drow in search for ever greater magical power. Halaster and his apprentices expanded the tunnels they found, worming out new layers under the surface for reasons of their own. In time, their excavations grew into the vast labyrinth known today as Undermountain, the largest dungeon in all of the Forgotten Realms. Halaster eventually disappeared, as have all his apprentices, but the massive complex he built remains to this day. For untold years, the secrets of Underworld Mountain remained hidden from the surface world. Everyone who entered its halls failed to return. Its reputation as a death trap grew to the point that criminals in Waterdeep who were sentenced to die were forcibly escorted to the dungeon and left to fend for themselves. All of that changed with the arrival of two men, a warrior named Durnan. Hold on, I'm gonna get you Durnan's picture.
Ooh.
Now, is it journal with a J or a G?
Dur.
Okay.
Here you go. See him?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got
A warrior's weapon.
A tanker.
Alright, all of that changed with the arrival of two men, a warrior named Durnan and a ne'er-do-well named Mert. The duo were the first adventurers to return from Undermountain, laden with riches and magic treasures. While Mert used his wealth to buy a mansion, Durnan had different plans. Durnan retired from adventuring and purchased the land on which sat the deep, bored well that was the only known entrance to the dungeon. Around this well, Around this well, he built a tavern and inn that caters to the adventurers and those who seek their services, and he called it the Yawning Portal. Some of the magic Durnan looted on his successful foray into Undermountain granted him a lifespan that exceeded even that of of an elf. And for decades, Durnan left delving into Undermountain to younger folk. Yet one day, something drew him back. Days of waiting for his triumphant return from the dungeon, and turned to month. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. Days of waiting for his triumphant return from the dungeon turned to months and then years. For nearly a century, citizens of Waterdeep thought him dead. But one night, a voice called up from the well. Few at first believed it could be Durnan, but folks as long-lived as he vouched it so. The Yawning Portal had passed into the hands of his ancestors, but Durnan returned with enough riches for them to quietly retire. Durnan took his customary place behind the bar, raised a toast to his own safe return, and then began serving customers as if he had never left. Adventurers from across Faerun and even from elsewhere in the great span of the multiverse visit the Yawning Portal to exchange knowledge about Undermountain and other dungeons. Most visitors are content to swap stories by the hearth, but sometimes a group driven by greed, ambition, or desperation pays the toll for entry and descends the well. Most don't survive to make the return trip, but enough come back with enough riches and tales of adventure to tempt other groups into trying their luck. The Yawning Portal is not the only renowned tavern in Dungeons & Dragons lore. In the free city of Greyhawk stands the Great Dungeon Inn, which has been the starting point for some of the most successful expeditions to Castle Greyhawk and beyond. The place is crowded and smoke-filled. Patrons talk in low voices, and anyone attempting to strike up a conversation without making a clear intent to pay and expect that without a clear intent to pay can expect a cold reception. Paranoia and suspicion run rampant here, as befits a free city that stands at the nexus between a devil-haunted empire, a vast domain locked in the iron-tight grip of a demigod of evil, and a splintered, bickering host of kingdoms nominally committed to justice and wealth. Alright, in the battered, weary world of Greyhawk, profit and power take precedence over heroics. The Yawning Portal's tap room fills the first floor of the building. The 40-foot diameter well that provides access to Undermountain dominates the space. The well is all that remains of Hallister's tower, and now devoid of the stairways and the floors that form subterranean levels. It drops as an open shaft for 140 feet. Sturges, spiders, and worse have been known to invade the Yawning Portal from below. Balconies on the cavern's second and third floors overlook the well, with those floors accessed by way of wooden stairs that rise up from the tap room. Guests sitting at the tables on the balconies have an excellent view of the well and the action below. Entering the well. Those who wish to enter Undermountain for adventure, or daring tourists who just want to ride the rope, must pay a gold piece to be lowered down. Then the return trip also costs a gold piece, sent up in a bucket in advance. Once the initial payment is made, a few stairs takes one to the edge of A few stairs takes one to the top of the waist-high lip of the well. The rope that hangs in the center of the well is levered over the lip by a beam in the rafter, and when those who have paid are ready, they mount the rope and take the long ride down. Alrighty, so let me roll for this. You couldn't see what I just did you?
I saw that you rolled the dice, but I didn't see any numbers on it.
Yeah, you didn't see any numbers on it or any words from that? You just saw a shadow dice?
Yeah.
Yep. There was a real dice that time with a number.
Okay, nope. That's what I needed to know. I appreciate that. Alright, so that takes care of that. A staggering variety of curios and oddities adorn the tap room. Traditionally, adventurers who recover a strange relic from Undermountain present it to Durnan as a trophy of their success. Other adventurers leave such curios to mark their visit to the tavern, or relinquish them after losing a bet with Durnan, who likes to wager on the fate of adventuring bands that enter the dungeon. Occasionally, something that strikes Durnan's fancy can also be used to pay a bar tab. You notice in a what's it called? You noticed in a small wall mount, an adorned bone key. On quiet nights, guests in the yawning portal gather around a large fireplace in the tap room and swap tales of distant places, strange monsters, and valuable treasures. On busier nights, the place is loud and crowded. The balconies overflow with merchants and nobles, while the tables on the ground floor are filled with adventurers and their associates. Invariably, the combination of a few drinks and the crowd's encouragement induce some folk to pay for a brief trip down into the Undermountain. Most folk pay in advance for a ride down and immediately back up, though a few ambitious souls might launch impromptu expeditions into the dungeon. Few such ill-prepared parties ever return. Groups seeking to enter Undermountain for a specific reason generally come to the tavern during its quiet hours. Even at such times, there are still a few prying eyes in the tap room, lurkers who carry news of the comings and goings from Undermountain to the Zentarum dark cults, criminal gangs, and other interested parties. Alrighty, let me see here. Now, Anita.
Yes.
You have your good friend is ill, correct?
She ran away.
She ran away. Okay, I'm sorry.
Probably
I'm trying
here.
to remember it.
Probably from some story up here I told her.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna try to work that in somewhere, some way. I don't know how.
I'm just guessing.
Okay. So you hear tales of a little girl wandering the streets, and you have decided to investigate if that is possibly your little friend that you are missing.
Okay.
And as you are walking around, you notice the hustle and bustle into one tavern. And in that tavern, you notice a man. And it is Durnan. Melvin, you are sitting in the alcove by a window lit by a candle, brooding over your mug of ale.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Malin.
I'm actually gonna change my name since how close it is to Melvin.
Gotcha.
But continue, because I'm gonna have to find this.
So I want to be creative, and I want to do something a bit deeper for Anita. Did you ever come up with something like her family or anything?
She has a mom that passed away, but she doesn't have, like, living family.
Okay. So what's the name of your character? It's not Malin anymore.
I don't know. You just go.
There are some names in like the elf section. Or go to fantasynamegenerators.com.
Yeah, that's where I am. Just go with Malin right now, and I'll.
If you want, I can change my name too. But if you'd rather keep yours.
No. One of y'all has got to at least change it. You stay the same. I'm sorry. That's actually a conversation between the two of you. I shouldn't butt in like that.
That's what I'm saying. Malin, if you'd rather, I can just change my name.
If you could, that'd be great, because none of the.
I'm not
There you go.
overly attached to it. I've just made it up, you know.
Yeah.
Do not let me get in the way of success. Frisk it. Frodo Frisket.
What race is Frodo?
Frodo. A tiefling.
Frodo the Tiefling? Okay.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
only
that's what I was
halfling,
like.
but
I think that's how it was in the books.
Not willing to change my race.
What did you say?
I think that's how it was in the books.
Yeah, he was a Dragonborn Tiefling. He was both. He was a Dragonborn Tiefling race cross.
Very short. Dragonborn tiefling.
Yes.
Frodo.
Okay.
Alright, so, Frodo and Malin. Malin, what's your story, to be honest?
An alchemist just kind of got bored with that and decided to go fight some stuff.
Alright, so, you are found at the bar, directly next to Durnan. And you are yelling loudly about the idiots and how their chemicals aren't awesome at all, and how lame the whole infrastructure is, and that you should be able to bring it all down, and you're pretty drunk. Yeah, you're pretty drunk. So Durnan starts to become tired of listening to you talk a big ruckus about things. He wants to just basically get rid of you. He just wants to get you away from him. And so he signals to Frodo. Says, "Come, please."
Okay, Frodo gets up and kind of just palms one of his knives. Not openly. But.
I tell you what. If you will get rid of this guy, then not here, but just take him someplace else at least, and then I'll get you in some of the treasure from the next party that comes up.
I'll just nod at him.
All right.
Hey buddy, I think it's time to go.
Okay.
How big is Melon? Is he a big dude?
She is
She?
6 feet 4 inches tall.
He is a really tall elf.
Yep.
Wow.
Bigger than me. Alright.
I'm
So I'll-
6'8", but I'm a half orc.
I'll very politely be like, hey, I think it's time for you to leave. Bam.
Okay.
And I'll grab her by the arm and try to walk her out the front door.
Yeah, I'm going willingly.
And at that moment, in rushes a little girl with that looks strikingly familiar to Anita. But immediately the little girl jumps down into the well.
Oh, damn it.
Well, that's no good.
Okay. Hey,
You know what-
so, for frame of reference, Anita is a half-orc. She's like this big, huge, beefy grandma. She has like grandma sense of clothes and like a big bun, and she's this old lady.
She's knitting for you.
She's like a big, beefy. Yeah, she's knitting
It's
powerfully
Metal.
with all her muscles. Yeah, I'm upset about that. I run to like the edge of the well, and I look down and I shout like, Elizabeth, no!
How
And you hear her going,
how deep is the well?
Is she gonna die on impact?
I don't have an answer for that. Let's hold on. Get the dice out.
End of adventure. The kid dies.
Just as
Oh,
a
damn it.
real quick, if I jump down this well
Transfer
immediately,
session.
does that break the story?
What?
If I attempt to jump down the well, does that break the story?
I'm still leading you out the front door. So.
Oh yeah.
I was
I've
gonna say,
rushed past
actually,
you two.
So what happens is Durnan gets up and becomes freaked out. And he says, "I can't believe it! You have to go get her! You have to go get her! I don't." Okay, put him down and just get in there and go get him. Go get the kid, and that's what Durnan says. So what do you do?
Guys, are you willing to help me get this stupid ass kid? I mean, this stupid, very sweet child.
How deep did you say the well was?
Yeah, how long did you hear the wee sound?
All right, let me read some more.
Doesn't Durnan go down this well all the time when he goes?
No, he doesn't. He hasn't gone down in years.
But I mean, he has, right? So there's obviously.
Yeah, Durnan's been alive for like almost.
established.
He was
Yeah, he's
down
been
there
alive
a
for
century.
hundreds of years. So the basic idea is that the dungeon was once the tower of a wizard, and eventually that guy died and it all went away.
And it leads down to Undermountain.
Say what? Undermountain, yes.
Undermountain, yeah.
Yes, it's all under Undermountain. They ended up making nobody could ever come back from the Undermountain until Durnan came out.
Yeah.
And at that point, him and a friend of his. What was actually interesting is that they came out like 50 years after going in the first place. So it was very much not believed that it would be them to begin with. But Durnan decided to make the yawning portal right around the entrance to basically regulate what goes on in between there. And ever since, his friend died, I believe, of old age, but he continues to look exactly the same as you've seen him. And no matter if there's an invasion, no matter if there is a plague, no matter if there is anything, passage of time, he always looks the same and seems to be in tip-top shape and health. And it's rumored that was his
Oh,
treasure
that's a lot of dice.
from. It was determined that that's his. Well, that's the reason that he didn't come back with wealth. He came back with immortality.
Okay.
Alright, so let's see here. More about Durnan. The proprietor of the Yawning Portal is something of an enigma. Blessed with the seemingly endless, limitless lifespan by treasures he brought back from his expedition nearly 2 centuries ago. He is as much a fixture in the tap room as the well. Durnan is a man of few words. He expects to be paid for his time and will offer insight and rumors only in return for hard cash. We know the odds and take our chances, he says. Whether he is breaking up a card game that has turned violent or refusing the pleas of adventurers that are trapped at the bottom of the well who are unable to pay for a ride up. Despite his stony heart, he is an excellent source of information about Undermountain and other dungeons, provided one can pay his price. Let's see here.
So there's a way down, right? Like there's already like a rope we
Yeah,
can go down.
there's literally a hole in the middle of the bar.
Yeah. Did Elizabeth take like the bucket, or did she just jump in?
I'm not saying who it was. I said a
Little girl.
A little girl
Familiar
that
little
looked
girl.
a lot, very, very similar. Did just jump straight down.
Yeah. Okay.
If I jump
So,
down after, is there like a chance I can catch the? Is there like a rope going down that if I start to jump I can catch? Or is like
Yes. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would you say that it's more than 90 feet down?
Yes. It is.
Okay.
It is.
So,
It is 140 feet down.
that's a lot.
So Durnan, if I go down here after that girl, I want double my normal rate, and I want free passage up.
Double.
Double.
Remind me what's single.
I don't know. What did he offer me to skate or to escort?
Oh, you get a pick at his treasure room.
Yeah. So I want double that.
You want double that.
I want double.
You
I
want double
two
the
items.
treasure.
2 items. Instead of
You
one.
want 2 of them. I gotta be
That's
honest,
fine.
only one of them gave me immortality. I don't know why anybody would want 2.
mean,
So
you-
all of his items give him immortality, or I'm just-
No. He was making a comment that one of his items gave him immortality. So imagine what the other items can do.
Well, I'm sure they're all valuable.
Indeed, they are.
That's what matters to me. But I'll go and do this for you. I was kind of enjoying my beer, so.
All right.
You
Well,
can take your
can't-
beer down with you. You
I
don't
get the
have to like,
feeling.
jump down.
I've
You
been
can take
around
the
here-
bucket.
I mean, Malin is definitely absolutely jumping down.
Okay.
Malin's drunk.
Yeah.
Malin is jumping down, and
Do I have
does
to roll a
Malin catch the?
Do I have to
let me
roll
see, I can
like?
get the right die. Okay. Actually, let me do that. And does Malin catch the rope?
I mean, wouldn't that be an acrobatics roll on my part or something?
Okay. Yes. So roll.
How do? There we go. 17.
And that's out of how much?
A 20 is usually a success. Like a 15 is like a average to difficult task, I guess. I don't remember the exact like standard DCs, but it
Okay,
depends
so-
on like how hard you want it
It
to be
depends
for
on
you to do
how
it.
hard it is. You think
We
it's
don't
really
need it to
hard?
be that hard just yet. So basically, what's the highest number?
Without any skill bonuses, the highest you could roll is a 20.
Okay.
So-
Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
And all right. Well, you actually do succeed to get to grasp the rope. However, you forget your own weight and slide down the rope, burning your hand.
I mean, this was the idea was to grab the rope and then continue sliding down. I wasn't just,
Burning your hand.
Rope burn.
You should have
Rope
thought a
burn is
bit
no
more
joke.
about it.
So did Durnan accept my my price?
He has finally.
Okay.
He has said, "All right, I can't have a kid's death on my conscience, and I can't leave here. You never know what people will get up to."
All right, so I'll finish. I'll quaff the rest of my my ale I was drinking, and then I'll kind of step over and try to lower myself down the rope slowly, hand over hand.
Malin is getting close to the bottom.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what Frodo's doing, I think.
Do I have to make any kind of roll to do that, or can I just grab the rope and just kind of rappel down with it?
Do a dexterity roll, please.
Okay. Just straight dex, not acrobatics.
Yeah, with acrobatics. I'm gonna apologize. I'm still learning on how to DM appropriately.
Okay. That is
Yeah.
totally fine. One thing. Oh.
I was actually wanting to take a look at both roles for since basically you're doing an acrobatics thing, but your dexterity is going to greatly put into this when you launch off the wall the first couple of times and you're holding onto the rope and distributing your own weight. And are you going to be an idiot and tie the rope around your waist while you're trying to?
Well, so acrobatics is like a dex skill, which means you do add your dex modifier to it when you roll an acrobatic check.
Okay.
It's just if you're also proficient in acrobatics, you also add proficiency bonus. So it's basically the same as a dex check unless you have proficiency.
Okay, I get that. That's kind of like how all toads are frogs, but not all frogs are toads kind of thing.
I don't think that's true, but yeah.
I don't think that's true.
No. No, it's not true, but it's the concept of the idea.
The concept is correct, the statement was not.
Yes. Okay, so go ahead with the acrobatics roll.
Can I, real quick, do you know about the dice tower? You know what that is?
No, I do not.
Okay. If you go into your settings, you can turn on something called a dice tower, and that basically is a little box that we will see at the bottom, like right of our screen. That if we roll into that, we won't be able to see what's rolled. You just will. That way, like, say if you're asking us for a perception check because you want us to note something, you can tell us stuff without us knowing if we failed or not, right? Like if we see a natural 1, we know that we failed. Even if you say, "Oh, you don't see anything," well, we know that we failed. But if we roll a natural 1 on the dice tower, then you can be like, "Oh, well, you don't see anything." We have no way of knowing if we succeeded.
Oh, that's neat. I like that. I like that a lot more than that.
So you'd rather not know what I'm rolling?
Well, no, it's up to you as the DM. If you can call for stuff in the tower, or a lot of times people do it for skill checks, especially perception and knowledge checks. That way, people don't know how successful they were, and they can't metagame because of it.
Okay, so I'm still a little confused on how to work the dice tower. I understand the function, but not how to do it.
So all you need to do is just go to options, and there will be it'll be under game GM. You just turn it on.
Under what? GM?
So go to options. So in the very top right, there's a little like cog wheel.
It has like a Pokeball in it.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
The second drop down thing, and it's the bottom option.
Yeah, and if you just turn on Dice Tower, it'll pop up.
Okay, table Dice Tower on.
There you go. There it is. So like, here, like I'll roll my acrobatics check in there.
Okay.
Right. So now I don't know what I got.
Wow. So, Zeobug, did you just do a dice roll?
I dropped a dice onto it, sorry.
No, that's okay. I was wondering if you were trying to figure out how difficult it was or not.
So, from the, inside of the bar, they could see the bottom of the well, right?
No, it just went down and down and down
so it's
towards darkness.
It's, completely dark at the bottom of the well?
Yeah.
Okay.
As Frodo is finishing up his drink, Durnan goes, "Alright, I'll make you a deal. I'll give you the key, and it may open more than one treasure. But you gotta take it now when you go down, or you can just stay with getting an item when you get back."
So I can stay and get an item, or I can take the
No.
key.
As in, either take his key, and you can possibly open 2 items down there, and you consider that the two items met. That's the original deal, and you'll get the 2 items using the key multiple times. Or you'd say no, and we just wait until you get back up here with the kid, and bloody hell, get 2 items at that time. It's up to you.
Sure, I'll take the key.
Yeah, the key sounds
All
like
right.
a good deal.
Alrighty. So you get the engraved bone key. Now let me read here. Let's go past this.
Did you want me to roll a dex check as well? Along with acrobatics.
Please do.
I'll roll. They're both from towers.
And that's at both out of 20?
Yes. Just
Okay. That was barely making it. So you find that you have difficulty shifting your weight if you go down into the tunnel. I mean, shifting your weight around on the rope, and you keep on unbalancing yourself, continuously jerking up and down, almost falling down a couple of times on your way down to the rope. Alright. Now, this adventure concerns a proud fortress that fell into the earth in an age long past, known as the Sunless Citadel. Its echoing, broken halls house malign creatures. Evil has taken root at the Citadel's core, which is deep within a subterranean garden of blighted foliage. Here's a terrible tree, and its dark shepherd plot in the darkness. Guys, I'm sorry, I have to go for just a moment. Somebody's here. I need to be right back.
Okay.
So where are you guys from? East Coast?
Yeah, we're both from PA.
Oh, cool.
Where are you from?
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Oh.
Not originally. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois.
That's
Dallas right now.
Now there's a rope.
a what?
There's a rope character.
Yeah, I got bored.
Oh,
They
I
did a rope.
wrote
Rope.
bottom of ...
It's the bottom of the well.
Oh,
So do we have another player that's playing with us?
Shemfrey was going to play with us, but I don't think he is anymore,
Okay.
since he was taking forever to make his character.
Okay. Are you guys real life friends? You guys
Yeah.
played in person?
yeah, we're related.
Oh, cool.
I mean, a druid, a rogue, and a fighter is a good party
that's-
comp, I think.
That's more than sufficient.
No healer, but what you gonna do?
Well, you
I'm
could-
almost
yeah,
a
she-
healer.
I mean, I
She
think
can heal
Eldritch.
as a druid.
I think Eldritch Knight learns healing spells at some point. Maybe, probably not.
Yeah, I have like some healing spells, and
I mean, I got
I
alchemy.
have Goodberry right now, but I am not planning on being like super healy because I've played enough clerics in my life, and I'm kind of tired of that.
I think as a druid you should be able to take Cure Wounds, which is really the only healing spell you really need.
Yeah,
Eldritch Knight does not get any healing spells, so you will get
I mean,
wizards.
I'm an alchemist. If I can convince
Oh.
Minnie to let me, I can brew up some healing potions.
yeah.
That I believe is definitely possible.
There is some rules for potion brewing in the DMG, I think. But I don't remember exactly where or how they work. And also, healing potions, I think you can buy. I think that's one of the
Yeah.
few magic things you can actually buy in 5e.
I found a table of like you roll a d20 and that's the potion you made.
Potions.
Like D&D wiki.
I think it's D&D wiki. No,
Alright,
it's
I'm back.
D20 SRD.
Hello.
Hello, is everybody here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Everything okay?
Evil has taken root at the Citadel's core, which is deep within a subterranean garden of blighted foliage. Here, a terrible tree and its dark shepherd plot in the darkness. The tree, called the Gulthias tree, is shepherded by a twisted druid, Belyak, the outcast. He was drawn to the buried citadel 12 years ago, following stories of oddly enchanted fruit to their source. The druid found an old fortress that had been swallowed up by the earth in some sort of magically invoked devastation. With the previous inhabitants long dispersed, vile and opportunistic creatures common to lightless dungeons infested the subterranean ruins. At the core of the old fortress, Belyak stumbled upon the Twilight Grove. He discovered at the grove's heart the Gulthias tree, which sprouted from a wooden stake that was used to slay an ancient vampire. A perfect ruby red apple ripens on the Gulthias tree at the summer solstice, and the tree produces a single albino apple at the winter solstice. The midsummer fruit grants vigor, health, and life, while the midwinter fruit steals the same. In the years since Belyak's arrival, the enchanted fruit has been widely dispersed through the surrounding lands, promoting good and ill. The seeds of either fruit is, if allowed to sprout, grow into small plant monsters known as twig blights. Let's see here. I hope I'm not gonna overshare and ruin the atmosphere of the game, but I may end up reading parts that I'm not supposed to read, and that's my only concern.
I think you might be reading stuff you're not supposed to read.
I was trying to set the idea of what the whole
Okay.
the storyline's supposed to be revolving around.
Okay.
That was my hope.
I mean, I remember in most modules there's like the box text, like there's the normal text and then there's the text in the boxes. You're supposed to like read to the players more, but I don't know how it works on Fantasy Grounds.
I mean, I think we get the story thing. There's a big tree. We gotta go kill the tree. Is that it?
Yeah, there's a tree in the Sunless Citadel that you gotta go to. Well, I'm
We could
sorry.
just heal the tree of its evilness.
No,
instead
I'm
of
gonna
just killing
punch the
it.
tree.
Oh, there's
Well-
the druid. Can't kill any trees.
Yay, it's bad for nature.
Even if
What
it's
is this
evil
rope
tree,
made out of? Tree stuff? You can't use this rope. Well, the tree
It's hemp. It's hemp. The rope is
Okay.
hemp. Yeah.
Well, they killed some plants for it, so we can't use the rope.
Technically, he
sorry.
didn't kill the plant for it. He actually harvested the hemp for it. So the plant's actually still alive and still producing. He just took a cutting, and he took a cutting more the next year, and took a cutting more the next year, and he let it regrow each time.
The hemp's okay.
Okay. well, just saying.
It's a renewable resource.
Alrighty.
So are we at the bottom of the well now?
We are at the bottom of the well. And I'm trying to find what the next thing is. Adventure.
So there's like people living down in these tunnels, right? Like it's not like just completely abandoned?
Well, yeah, there are actual mercenary groups down there. Like, it's
Mm.
still the only entrance, but the thing is that for a while they allowed anybody to go in there. And once Durnan came back, multiple people started coming back. So he was just the first. But even though he was only the first, nobody is immortal. Nobody else is immortal from going down there.
Okay,
And
I just wanted to.
yeah, and also he's the only one to Durnan is the only one to know all the names of all the people that go down into the tavern well,
The Yawning Portal.
yeah.
Okay.
Durnan won't let them out unless they pay him. The risk they
Yeah, you have to pay him in advance before being roped back up. And you are now down to the bottom of the well, Zeobug. Excuse me, not Zeobug, Malin. The rope burns on your skin. Can you do a save throw for me?
What save would it be? Strength? Constitution?
I'm going to go with Constitution because you have to be pretty high. Yeah.
It's a tough callous.
You got it. You got a good one. That's out of 20. So, yeah, you actually only have like 1 damage, and you have
Where do I record damage?
There's
Hold
like
on,
a
guys.
health section.
Hold on, guys. I think somebody else just got here. I have to go again. I'm gonna try to be back. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to if these people keep on popping over here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm really sorry about this.
Like,
I just had. Yeah, I just had to see who all is here.
Alright.
At my
Okay.
house.
No stress.
so there's
So,
So
Zeobug,
there's
if you want to add.
there's a max health area, but there's
Yes.
nowhere to record current health.
No, it's in wounds. So you'll type however much damage you've taken in wounds.
so if I do like a
Now, once we get into actual combat and into a map, Minnie will be able to drag us into this combat tracker thing, and then we'll be able to actually see our tokens on a map and see the monsters. And when they attack us, the program will figure all that stuff out, and it'll automatically allocate wounds to you. It'll do the same thing to the monsters when we attack.
I made a token. Do you guys see that?
Made a
Where-
token.
Where'd you
I
put
can't
it?
see.
I don't know.
Can you see
No,
mine?
I just kind of dragged the portrait onto the thing.
Oh, what? Did you see? Do you see mine? It's right in the middle of the screen.
No, I don't.
Is
Okay,
it
I
the
can't
like
see.
looks like it's drawn, like it has like it's like a ring binder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like right on the dragon?
No. No. Just in like the top left corner.
I don't see it at all.
Mm.
Do you guys see that dragon?
I mean, like the leather dragon.
No, like the white dragon that I just dragged from the tokens. Oh,
Nope.
never mind, now it's gone.
No white
Might
dragon.
Might not let us do it because we're not the GM. So I don't know.
That makes sense.
So what's your guys' experience with D&D? You said you played through
Yeah, I
Lost Mines.
DM'd the Lost Mines for Exobug's group, or like a group that he was in. But I've been playing in a different group for like over a year. We've played mostly 5e, but a couple other systems too.
Okay, cool.
And that's about it. I occasionally played with my stepdad when I was little, but that was like 3rd edition, so.
Yeah, I remember I played through like a little bit of like the 3rd edition starter pack.
hmm
and I have like a bunch of books, and then that group was really the first time I've ever actually played.
Yeah. My DM's the.
Never fear, for I am here.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Are you here to stay?